And basically what I did was I translated this measure in simplified terms. It was a bit more complicated, but I kind of translated this measure into pricing and said, for example, cup of coffee, 10 cents. It was actually not just a cup of coffee, it was a cup of coffee at Starbucks, so it's branded, it's a specific size, it was a small cup of coffee. Small cup of coffee at Starbucks, 10 cents. What would I get? A mismatch. It's not a good fit. If I say cup of coffee at Starbucks, 10 euros, it's also not a good fit. But if I say cup of coffee at Starbucks, €2.40, €2.60, something like that, suddenly I get a different signal within 500 milliseconds. And that signal shows me now we have a match. It matches the product matches the price, so to say. Okay, so that being said, we went on to use this as a market research tool. Interestingly, maybe as an additional information, Starbucks sold the respective coffee at that moment in time for around €1.80 in downtown Stuttgart, where we made those measures. So that means as a huge gap, people were willing to pay €2.40. That's the perceived value of that product.
So like you said, you're the inventor of neuropricing. This is like neuroscience coming to the aid of, setting benchmarks for the right price. Now that is amazing, because how much trial and error happens in the market to get the price right. And like you were saying, when you want an additional feature, but also to get the right target segment. If there is a target segment that is having more perceived value versus another segment who is not valuing this because of their life stage, life experience, etc., and how you benchmark it, etc. I mean, this is like really mind-blowing in terms of applicability and the value to marketing. So, Kai, would you like to share some? Have we covered all use cases, or are there any specific ones you'd like to mention again?
Let's quickly have a look at a bunch of very cool use cases that I really love. First of all, neuropricing doesn't just measure perceived value, but it also is able to predict how the market will change. So this is something we validated, for example, with Pepsi. The Frito-Lay potato chips division of PepsiCo in Turkey asked us what is going to happen if we raise that price 0.25 Turkish lira. We measured 40 potato chips eaters in Istanbul, in Turkey. We also asked them. We modeled the price based on what they said, and we modeled the demand on what the brain said. So now we have two predictions: what people explicitly said and what their brain said. What they explicitly said translated to a total revenue loss of 33% in the entire market. What the brain scan said, the neuropricing EEG prediction, was they're going to lose 9%. They tested it and they actually lost 7%, which is rather close to what the brain scan predicted, but far away from what the questionnaire predicted.